and welcome to my channel. Today I'm super excited to bring you my Christmas home tour. This is part of a collaboration hosted by Robin Johnson. If you haven't checked out her channel, be sure to go over and check her out. She loves to thrift just like I do, and she finds the most unique items and then she transforms them into magic in her home decor. So be sure to check her out, as well as the whole playlist. There's going to be a great group of YouTubers bringing you into their homes for the Christmas holiday. So with that being said, let's get started. Today we're getting started in this favorite little corner of mine in our dining room. Let's start with my two-tiered tray. The top of my tray features some of my favorite things: an old red pickup truck, some bottle brush trees, and of course, a reindeer. Continuing the theme on the bottom of my tiered tray, another red pickup truck, another reindeer. I've added in Santa, and this little girl that I got. She had a broken arm and I fixed her with a bottle brush tree. Throw in some ornaments and a little mouse and you have Christmas magic. This little mug vignette was suggested by one of my viewers, Briar Rose. I don't think I ever would have thought of this combo, but I think it's just adorable. I forgot to show you these two books that I found at the thrift store in my last thrift haul. I got them for $1 a piece, and aren't they just the perfect colors for Christmas? Moving over to my clock, I love to decorate the shelves. I recently acquired this Scotch tin and I love it. And then there's one of my candles that I collect seasonally. Most of these items on the middle and bottom shelf were thrifted. Do you remember any of them from my thrift hauls? I'm still looking for another elf. I did find a second one, but I had already filmed this video when I got him. And that bottle brush wreath hung on my tree when I was a little girl. I love how this area turned out. Everything is staged on my mom's milk glass cake plate. Well, I guess it's mine now because she gave it to me. Do you remember any of these items that I thrifted? Oh my goodness, I love the deer with that little tree that I got at the garage sale. And there's the mice that I just recently got. On the bottom shelf of my drink stand, I have these two beautiful angels that my aunt Denise painted and gifted to my mom, and my mom passed them on to me. I just love the way they look with my bread box as a backdrop. Let's move over to the top of my jelly cupboard. This vintage pail was a special gift from my friend Debbie. It's made to look vintage. And then I put some of my vintage picks in top and perched it atop my grandma's vintage scale. Here's one of my favorite blow molds. I think I have two. And you know this pickup truck, I decorate it for every season. The joy sign is one that I crafted a few years back, and this special little tree I found at a garage sale for $1. Let's take a look at my china hutch. I love decorating it for all the different seasons. Here's my very first stocking that my mom made me when I was a little girl. I've had this little elf for many years, and then the stocking on the right my grandma made me. The pickup truck mug was a gift from my husband, and I thrifted the tinsel in it. I thrifted the oil lamp, it's my very first one, and then there's a Longaberger candy dish, and everything else is thrifted. I think this shelf is my favorite. The angel on the left was my grandma's. The bottle brush wreath behind the angels I thrifted. And then I found that cute little angel to go with the one from my grandma. And all of this stuff on the right here is thrifted. Even the items in the milk glass. Do you remember when I thrifted any of these items? I do love angels, and I pick them up wherever I go. This one on top of the plates there was a new addition from an antique warehouse. That green basket I thrifted, and this angel was my grandma's, and it plays Silent Night. I love how the top of my hutch turned out this year. It has a little rustic vibe. Okay, maybe the top of the hutch is my favorite. It just makes me so happy. This old watering can was my grandpa and grandma's, and I just love how it turned out with some greenery and roses and a little bit of sparkle. I added a little shine and sparkle on top of my microwave with one of my antique clocks, some antique salt and pepper shakers, and an antique bulb. And then I thrifted this beautiful silver bowl. And this is a new addition this year, my little reindeer with the bulbs. Up top I have this little area where I have this Merry Christmas sign that I crafted a couple years ago, maybe even last year, I can't remember. But I did a video on that, and I'll link that below for you. And then I have some of my vintage greenery that I found this year at the Salvation Army. I crafted this little guy in a crafting class years ago through our public high school. Now we're moving into our living room, and I'm going to show you our mantle. I absolutely love my mantle. We never use our fireplace, but I love to decorate a mantle. If you'd like a more in-depth video about my mantle, I did a lantern collab, and I'll link that in my description box. I have added in some additions to my decor since the lantern collab. The first thing is the stockings, and I'll point out the other things as we go along. I added in this cute little vintage elf that I thrifted years ago. I think I got it in a goodie bag. And this little vintage knee hugger was on my childhood tree growing up. Isn't he adorable? Do you remember the drawer that I made into a bookcase? Well, I tucked it into the corner back here so I had room for my tree, and it gave me an extra little nook to decorate with some goodies. This tray was thrifted, of course. And on the first shelf, I have a Santa and Mrs. Claus candle that I thrifted recently. And this was a special gift from my friend Laureen. She knows I love old red pickup trucks. I thrifted this adorable little Santa candle this year, and this came in a big bucket full of ornaments, and I thought it was pretty adorable. The bottom shelf is graced with my hand-painted ceramic nativity set that was a special gift from my late mother-in-law. I love all the ornaments that are on my tree, or I get rid of them. I only keep the ones that I love, and this tree has been built over 30 years. So each year I give up a few ornaments that no longer suit my taste, and I add a few. A lot of the ornaments are from my childhood, and that means they're vintage. The decor on my table just came about naturally this year. I just set some stuff up for a simple little display, and I ended up loving it, and I've kept it that way ever since. Check out the vintage goodness on this candlestick. I love it. These vintage bulbs were from my mom and dad's tree when they first got married. My husband designed and built these shelves for me for a special gift. I decorated the top shelf with my hand-painted ceramic choir kids from my grandma and 2 of my music books from when I took piano as a child. On the bottom shelf, I showcased my vintage Christmas books, a Christmas album I had from when I was a little girl, and a die cut that may or may not be vintage. This tray was thrifted, and I have a Christmas tree, a newly acquired deer from thrifting, sitting atop my dad's ruler that he gave me, and an old bell. Let's take a look at the top of my entertainment center. The Santa was a special gift from my grandpa. He picked it out for me when I was a little girl. The picture was my mother-in-law's. There's 2 thermoses up here. They were both thrifted. The clock was a wedding gift from my husband. Do you remember when I found the A&P coffee can at the bins? And the red candlestick is one of a pair that my mom bought me. And I have some vintage greenery around the bottom of it. I put this garland here to mimic snow. What do you think? Did I succeed? I've had the vintage Santa pillow for years. It was a gift from my boss, and I also have a throw that coordinates with it. This pillow was a gift from my longtime friend and subscriber, Melody. Here's my personalized Santa sack. I actually use it to transport gifts. Moving into my front entrance, I wanted to show you this wreath that I got for cheapo at the Restore. Have you all ever been to the Restore? It's amazing, very vintage, and and I just adore it. I think it was $1. And now, if you haven't seen my half bath, you get to see it for the first time, and it's decorated for Christmas. I'll link the video where we revealed our bathroom remodel in case you haven't seen it. The feeling that I wanted to evoke in our bathroom was simple and peaceful and tranquil. And I think I accomplished that. I didn't overdo it. I just put a couple simple things on my ledge, and then, if you didn't see my video, which was called the Make It New Challenge, I did this area. The main feature was my frame here that I made over into a nice little picture, and then I also decorated the second shelf very simply. So I'll link the video below for you if you missed my Make It New. Heading back out into my entrance, I popped in a couple old red pickup trucks. Gotta have those. And this candy cane was one of the first crafts that my husband and I made together. I hope you enjoyed coming into my home for my Christmas home tour. Please be sure to let me know of any favorites in the comments below. What's coming up next? Sunday, in just 2 days, I'll be participating with Kiki DIYs, and she's going to have a special, awesome, big collaboration that you won't want to miss. So I'll be taking part in that, and I'll have more details coming on my community tab, as well as Instagram. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll link that below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.